Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. This is Kagmola speaking. Today's video, I want to talk about the 10 most repeated topics in chemistry, and you must master them if you want to score at least 90 in this year's JAMB. You don't want to just be reading randomly or picking selected topics or anything. You want to focus on these 10 topics mentioning in this video, and you want to dig into them and make sure you understand the principles in those topics, and you want to be able to understand everything so that you'll be able to score at least 90 in this year's JAMB. Without any further ado, let's go into the video. The first topic we'll be talking about is organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is the basics of major questions that will be coming out in this year's JAMB, right? So you must make sure that you study organic chemistry, try to understand organic compound namings, try to understand reaction types like addition reaction, substitution reaction, try to understand functional group identification, right? If you don't understand functional group identification, then you might run into a lot of problem with questions relating to organic chemistry. So make sure you study organic chemistry, go deep into as much as possible, do organic chemistry 1, do organic chemistry 2. I think that's the way it's divided in your syllabus. So do well to master organic chemistry. The next topic you want to get conversant with is electrochemistry and redox reaction. Now you must understand the basics of oxidation, reduction reaction, electrolysis itself, electrochemical series. You must understand all those basics, and you must also understand the Faraday's law, the electrolysis calculation that you always have, those basic calculations. Make sure you get a hang of them, and then you might be good to go. So the third topic you must also understand is atomic structure and bonding. So you must understand chemical bonding, electrovalent bonding, covalent bonding, Van der Waals force, different topics or different subtopics under atomic structure and chemical bonding. You must understand them. So do well to understand hybridization, the types of bonding, the molecular shapes. Those basic topics will go ahead to make you score as high as possible. Now, one of the major things a lot of people do is that they neglect all these basic chemistry and they want to focus on difficult or more difficult topics, right? But if you can gather points from all these simple topics on bonding, chemical bonding, all those different topics, you would be able to accumulate more points, and then you would be good to go. So let's go to the fourth topic. The fourth topic you must consider understanding very well is periodicity, right? That's periodic table and periodicity itself. So make sure you understand the periodic table, why or what happens when you're going through the series or across the table, whatever the arrangement of property of group 1, group to group 7 or group 0, what are the implication of those compounds based on size, atomic radii, atomic radius. All those things must be considered. You must make sure that you have a good grasp of these subtopics. So, and the fifth topic is to have a good understanding of stoichiochemistry and chemical calculation. Now, a lot of students might be like, calculation, I don't like calculation. No, but in chemistry, the calculation are very fundamental and basic, and it's just about you understanding the basics that will allow you to be able to solve any other question that come up relating to that. So you must make sure you go ahead to study the mole concept, limiting gains, percentage yield, gas volume problems, all those different related problems. And the best way to understand this topic is to solve as many questions as possible. That's why you have to join a CBT tutorial center, right? Make sure you join somewhere where you can get access to questions I can practice with. So the fourth or the sixth topic you must understand is acid, base, and salt, right? I think that's very fundamental, and everyone must have an understanding of that. So you understand how to calculate pH, neutralization reactions, right? What are the color change that you are going to observe? All those things might come up, and they are very important. It is very important for you to be able to understand them and be able to answer or pick the best option when the question comes. Reaction between acid and base to form salt and water. Understand formation of salt. Understand application of indicators. What happens if you are using methyl-laurine, phenolphthalein, and other reagent comes up. So the seventh topic is gas law and kinetic theory, right? You must understand the gas law, understand Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law. All the different laws relating to kinetic theory must be well understood. PV is equals to nRT. All those basic theories, calculations must be understood. JAMB will not go beyond those calculations you have been seeing already in past questions, right? Just go ahead and treat those questions, and then treat as many as possible. That way you would have covered. I want you to just go back at least 5 to 10 years to treat those questions, and then you'll be good, right? So make sure you understand that. Also learn kinetic theory. It's essential for your numeric questions. So if there's any numeric question, you need to make sure you can cover for it. The number 8 topic that you need to get familiar with is chemical equilibrium and kinetics, right? You need to understand the Le Chatelier's principle. You need to get familiar with all the different things that can affect the rate of chemical reaction, right? Temperature, catalyst, concentration, and different other factors like that. Understand them. What happens for a gaseous reaction? What is the effect of partial pressure? And all those basic fundamental chemistry that has to do with chemical reaction. You must make sure you get a hold of everything, right? So the best way to do that is to go through past questions. You cannot do without past questions. Topic number 9 is environmental chemistry and pollution. I don't think you even have to read that, right? Air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, all those basic pollution. Understand the effect on the environment. What will happen when you expose someone to excess of so particular, poisonous gas, what happens? So all those basic things, just read through and then you're good to that. And the last topic you must also understand is the chemistry of metals and non-metals. Very important, right? So you must check for the properties of some basic metals, properties of basic non-metals. What are the method of extraction of these metals? What happens? What is the effect of corrosion on them? How do you prevent corrosion, right? What's the application that is related to this particular different metals? All these things must be understood. Now, to wrap it all up, you must make sure that you study these topics based on past questions. Now, from statistics, we've noticed that JAMB always bring out questions from at least these 10 topics in chemistry. So no matter what they do, they must select from these 10 topics. So do well to, dig down into these topics, understand them very well, and then focus on other subjects. And I believe you're going to score above 90. I'm going to see you in the next one. Good luck.